Hi everyone! Step 10, Sagittarius day. Sorry, Sagittarius, but it's a Taurus day in Sagittarius season. 1 represent I love, 0 I protect. I love what I protect what I love, and then to 10, and which is the Taurus, I manifest. It's a manifestation day in Sagittarius season. We are manifesting. Yes, hi Tricia. But also like the expansion of Sagittarius, right? I'm looking forward to read the message for today, but it's really about expansion, but also what it's like for us to, yesterday was all about manifesting, taking bold action. And when you take the bold action and you manifest, right? Things will never happen unless you move. That's the thing, right? I mean, there's part of me that I always say, we don't need to do more. We just magnetize, right? That means it's maybe resting. But at the same time, when you get inspired, this is the moment you got to take an action. Right? It's like you don't need to do everything. You don't need to hold it all together, and you can be held. But when you have a thought, ideas, and you gotta follow that thread. And when you take action on it, you manifest, and you deserve to manifest what you desire. And it's that also tied to our worthiness, right? Sense of worthiness. Do you feel enough? Do you feel worthy? And it's not something that you earn, the worthiness and self-esteem. It's something that you already earned when you came into Mother Earth, right? You don't need to earn your spot on Mother Earth. Sometimes we forget that, we all choose our family, our, financial situation, dynamics, and we all have what's possible, the limitation that we put on ourselves. But as we, unwind all our trauma and realize that, I deserve this. I want to be in a position where I can feel comfortable holding this amount of money, for example, right? Because I think it's like we all have our comfort zone in many areas of our life. And in terms of finance and money, we probably tend to think it's like, oh, if it's evil if we have that much money, or, it's like, I don't feel worthy of having this much. And this is where we need to increase our value and know that we are worthy to manifest. Also, we know that, we are worthy of perfect health. And then when you look at yourself, your body, it's like there's a part of you that is, I wish it moves like this. I wish, my body's like that. But then it's like, before you manifest your perfect health or perfect finance or perfect love, like, do you believe that you are worthy of receiving that? That's why we go through Libra day, right? I'm ready to receive. But today is really about safe to manifest. Sense of safety is everything, especially everything I do. And fascial work, fascia loves sense of safety, deep listening, consistency, and willingness to listen, right? So again, that's a deep listening part. But really about giving your permission, sense of safety, safe to eat. For example, if you have fear around eating, so if you have that fear every time you eat, the food that a lot more than you can chew, for example. I mean, it's a pros and cons to that. But, even if you happen to eat more than you can chew, but you're not going to die, you're safe to eat. And when you get a stomachache, you don't need to judge yourself. You don't need to. It's like, see, this is what happens when you do something, and then you loop, right? You're setting that limitation, but you know that, what, it's okay. Sometimes I can eat this and then I can adjust afterwards. I am safe to eat, for example. And if you are, have the boss that try to bypass you, suppress you, and then it's kind of like the sand in the chute, right? Like when you try to move forward with courage, and every time There's some disruptor, right? And it's so funny. One of my clients was experiencing a cyst on the right foot, and then it was really about the sand in the shoes, something that stops you, right? Every time you try to take action with your masculine energy, and it's something stops you, and it was manifesting on the client's foot, and and like the word that came out through that session was, "I am safe to lead." And I found that was really, really powerful. So what is like for you today? Safe to manifest. You know, when you manifest, it's like, oh, what's gonna happen, right? Safe to lead, safe to take action, right? Safe to, let's say, step 0. So today is 1 and 0, 10. So safe to love, safe to protect, and safe to manifest. That's the energy of the day. But if it goes through the step system from Serious Joy, really start about safe to protect, safe to love, and safe to feel, safe to believe, safe to belong, safe to think, safe to receive, safe to sense, safe to decide, safe to act, safe to manifest, and tomorrow is the last step day, which is safe to become, and that's a Virgo energy. So yeah, really feel that. Allow yourself, when something is not manifesting and we're missing a step, and I personally think it's about the safety, the protection part, the Pluto energy, Scorpio energy, the underworld. So if you were challenged in Scorpio season, I got challenged too, so no judgment. We were all challenged, but at the same time, this protection, this boundary part, like, do you feel worthy of receiving that? Do you feel worthy of manifesting that? And so really going back to that 0 point, and that is that I immediately felt like that's a womb space right here, womb space, and whether you have a physical womb or not, we all have creative center. So it's maybe today is about coming back to our womb space. And it's so funny. I'm on my period. I just got one, and then before I started, so that oil that you were receiving today, whether you're aware or not, is a psychic protection as usual. It's help us cut any attachment, and that this is a sacral chakra oil. And these are all organic, energetic charge. And so, yeah, so I was feeling that sacral energy, like you feel that when you're on your cycle. But yeah, we all have cycles, and when you especially have the moon cycle, it's really about coming back to your womb space. It looks like the heart. So yeah, that's the energy for sure. So let us just go through that end message for today. Today is step 10, Sagittarius. And Taurus energy, today is a Taurus manifestation energy. And I manifest, I love, I protect. Today is an embodiment of anchored manifestation. We're no longer wishing, dreaming, or preparing. We're stabilizing and receiving what has already begun, moving towards us. This is Taurus frequency in Sagittarius fire, steady, hard, wild direction. Yesterday we leapt. Today we land. That landing may feel intense, like nervous, like stillness before a storm, like the world holding its breath while your vision forms into form. That is because manifestation is not just external, it's cellular. It's fascia catching up to soul speed, and that can feel like pressure, butterflies, or trembling, but it's actually the moment that feel clicks into place. Scorpio 0 wraps around this moment like a sacred seal. You protect that very thing you've called in. You don't abandon it just because it makes your nervous system flutter. Don't drop it at the last minute, right? You stand by it like a guardian of your own prayers. Yes, this is where faith comes in, right? Faith is you believe even where there is no evidence, and when things usually, step 10 is Taurus energy, but going through that energy of the day. And when you come to step 29, things kind of, manifest the last minute, but that's the butterfly part, right? Can you trust yourself? But also, really about surrender in that moment, right? Like you did your best, and then you just leave everything up to God or universe. We don't need to hold it all together. It's just heavy. It's not our job. And when you did your best, I think we all can just leave everything else up to that higher power. So today, embody your essence by letting yourself have what you love. Let it arrive, let it land, let it take up space. You're safe to receive, you're safe to protect what matters. You're safe to manifest in public without hiding the heart it came from. Let me read it again. You're safe to receive, you're safe to protect what matters. You are safe to manifest in public without hiding the heart it came from. So, I think I've been very graceful and kind to myself, and being very patient, right? Just like what Fascia likes. Fascia like deep listening, consistency, patience, and safety. Yeah, there you go. Sometimes I forget. Sense of safety, deep listening, consistency, and patience. And if you give those 4 things to Fascia listen, Fascia unwind, Fascia softens, because you did that. You gave what Fascia wants. I treat my Fascia like a spirit, but it's really talking to yourself. Are you patient? Are you being patient for yourself, right? Are you listening to yourself? Can you even listen to yourself? And are you consistent with yourself, right? And do you feel safe in your body? So feeling safe in your body is a journey for sure, right? It comes in so many layers, and I am learning to come back. When we drift away, come back. This is where the home is. And that is the center. And being the center doesn't mean that you're not allowed to go out and explore. I think it's really about knowing where you come back to, right? You woke up and it start, okay, this is the center, this is the moment, this is the present moment, and this is where I live. But then when you get drifted away to explore, oh, okay, I will come back to myself and feeling safe. And whatever I do, it's like, I am safe. This is my home. And this should be our fascia. This should be our body. And this is really time for us to, come back to our home, come back to our body, because our body felt neglected by us, right? And all this time, because of our external environment, we created this bracing habit, gripping, clenching, and doing it more to prove our self-worth and prove that we are useful to exist on earth. We don't need to be so useful if we know that we earn our right to stay. So many layers, right? And we are learning to love ourselves, and we're learning to choose ourselves over and over again, and taking care of a vessel, and know that these are working for me, protecting me, and all we have to do is really embrace all parts of ourselves. And once we come back, taking back our power, we become more magnetized, and when we become more magnetized, we don't need to do more to manifest the same amount of things that you desire. Maybe before you need to take action. It's like you gotta move, driving force gear, 1, 2. It's maybe beginning, we need that moment, we need that phase. But if we are going back to gear 1 all the time, that's just exhausting. So I like to, maybe initiate, take the action, and then once it started to go smoother, then I deserve it. I magnetize it. And let's call in aligned souls, right? To help with what we do. So it's really about allowing ourselves to shift the gear. When we start, okay, you manifest, you move, take action on it. Once the ball starts to roll, shift the gear and receive, right? Allow yourself to rest. And also maybe set the intention. The more you rest, the more magnetized you become. The more you rest, the better everything flows. So that's also the energy. That's what I'm feeling that. Yeah, you know, because as a self-employer, I go through phases. Like it's so busy, right? And then it's like, okay, self-care. And my favorite self-care is literally take a bath, take a hydrogen bath. I love it. Tuning in, but also more than ever started to move my body out of joy, right? And it's dance is my thing. So I would go to dance classes to receive. And I love teaching too, but also it's nice to receive. So that balance, right? Allow yourself. And also this type of movement is super powerful too. You know, just go drop into the root chakra, sacral, and bring that energy up. Allow yourself to receive. Hi, Lady Don Don. So speak up your truth. Allow yourself to express yourself. You are safe to manifest. You are safe to lead. You are safe to take action. You are safe to eat, right? You are safe to anything that you are fearful about. You can add safety and you make a affirmation, right? And that will really allow us to calm down. The one thing that I just came out was, I am safe to live. I am safe to live, right? I am safe to live. Sense of safety. Come back to yourself. Okay? That's the energy and the message for today. Right hand on your heart, left hand on the top of your head. Energy circulate through your heart and the brain. Let's connect with all parts of yourself. Breathe your mouth. 2, 3. Your nose. 2, 3. Repeat after me. Hello, brain. Hello, mind. Hello, ego. Hello, inner child. Hello, body. Hello, fascia. Hello, heart. Hello, all parts of ourselves. Thank you for working together in harmony. I love our perfect collaboration. All parts of me are nurtured, cared, loved by me. Let's put our heart in the center. Hello, heart. You are the lighthouse. I'm following you. I trust you. I am safe. You can even look at your heart too. I'm safe. I'm protected. I'm guided. I am enough. My presence is enough. I am worthy. I'm worthy of perfect love, perfect health, unlimited abundance, amazing people that treat me with respect. My body's for joy. My life is for joy. I'm allowed to rest. I am safe to rest. I am safe to manifest. I am safe to lead. I'm safe to live. I'm joyful. I'm powerful. You can add anything you want. How are you guys feeling? And somehow what I said about safe to live really stuck, like it sink in a different parts of me. You know, we all have fear, right? Subconscious fear of like when you navigate through life, you have a little fear, but then the core fear is coming from the fear of existence. Like, am I not maybe doesn't feel safe to live? That's an interesting concept. Yeah. I mean, instinctively, like animal intuition, instinct says we have to protect ourselves. We're surrounded by enemies, right? We're maybe scanning, and that's part of our ego's job, right? Ego is trying to protect us. But then if we know that, if we really know coming back to, we came back on earth and with a purpose, and we were given a body, and ultimately this is a video game, and we are safe, and we're safe to live. Yeah, something that I want to really think about that. Yeah, that was a good, safe to live, right? I am safe to live. I am blessed to live. Yeah. And then we are allowed to live. We don't need to earn permission to live. Something. Yeah. It's so funny. Yeah. It's just really sinking in. I would like to explore that words today. Okay. This is the end of the live. Thank you guys for joining. Sending you guys so much love. And have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you back tomorrow. Bye.